If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, SpaceGhostPurrp threatens Tory Lanez, and SkinnyFromThe9 apologizes to his fans. Plus, Kanye West announces that Dr Dre is going to be solely producing Jesus is King Part 2. Let's talk hip-hop.
No, I'm gonna say it like this here, homeboy. Hold on, little bro. Hold on, stay right there. Hey, go over there with mommy right quick. Go over there with mommy. Go over there. I got your girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got your girl. She with a real nigga. You did that. She with a real nigga. You over here making love songs about her. And guess what? She over here kicking it with me. See the bed poker. You know what I'm saying? That look familiar? I don't know if you ever had a chance to see that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you gotta get your mind right, man. And y'all don't know? Bro made a whole album. Bro made a whole album, man. Right? No. She don't even much text you back. She don't even much do none of that, bro. You around here stalking my girl, bro. Hold on. Right here stalking my girl, bro. Why don't you cash out her some money?
That was SpaceGhostPurrp, right? And for y'all that don't know, right, SpaceGhostPurrp is like really legendary underground in Miami, right? So he actually is like the leader of this rap group called the Raiders Clan. Denzel Curry was on the Raiders Clan. Puya is in the Raiders Clan. A bunch of other rappers too, man. It's like Wu-Tang. It's like maybe 11 of them, right? Also, XXXTentacion came up off of SpaceGhostPurrp. Ski Master Slump Guide. Even ASAP Rocky said before, like in an interview, that he got a lot of his style from SpaceGhostPurrp, right? So he is somebody that's deep in the roots of hip hop, but he's just not signed to a major record label. He's independent. So, you know, I would understand if y'all never heard from him before, right? So that little clip was a part of a 16-minute like video that he put out, basically talking about Tory Lanez, right? And basically you see him like waving the gun around in the video, and SpaceGhostPurrp basically was kind of clowning Tory Lanez, saying, okay, Chicks Tape 5 is whack, you crying and screaming, you sad over females, you talking about my girl on your album. I didn't hear the album, but if it's good, I'll give you props on if the album is good or not, but I ain't hear it. Oh, you got T-Pain on the album, that fat panda bear looking, you know, just basically like going in on Tory Lanez. And it almost seems like SpaceGhostPurrp kind of just wants to be part of the conversation, right? So listen, anybody who ever heard one R&B song ever in their life knows that R&B singers, you know, cry and moan and yell and beg a woman to take them back, because that's what R&B is. That's the nature of it. Just like a female R&B singer is gonna sing about how she can't get over her man, or she got a broken heart, or, you know, this man cheated on her. That's just what it is, right? So of course he's singing about, yeah, I want this woman back, I want this and that, because it's called Chicks Tape 5. It's for the chicks, man. It's for the ladies. So that's what I'm saying. So, but Tory Lanez is also a rapper. When he raps, he's on his lyrical shit. He's battling Don Q. He's battling Joyner Lucas, right? So he's in his R&B bag. So of course he's gonna sing about it. One, right? SpaceGhostPurrp is upset because apparently maybe Tory Lanez is talking about SpaceGhostPurrp's current girlfriend, right? Whether he's talking about the girl Leah or the other girl Lizette or Jessette or whatever her name was that he was talking about on his album. The whole situation is that, yeah, after the girl breaks up with Tory Lanez, what do you think that she's gonna do? Just not be with anybody else for the rest of your life, the rest of her life? Like, if he's talking about her, he's talking about his isolated relationship and his encounters that he had with this girl. And SpaceGhostPurrp is so upset that he's just expressing what happened during their relationship that you gotta wave a gun around on Instagram Live? Like, are you crazy? Like, and then you got your son there jumping and trying to grab the gun from you. I mean, like, it's insane, right? So I don't know, man. I think that, you know, this dude is really trying to seek attention right now, and anybody who would ever sit there on Instagram Live or on the internet and say, yo, when I, and wave a gun around and say, yo, when I see you, do. I'ma shoot you in the leg, right? That's supposed SpaceGhostPurrp said he gonna shoot Tory Lanez in the leg so that he could just walk around with one leg for the rest of his life. When I see you, anybody who threatens you on camera and says that when they see you, they gonna shoot you is not gonna shoot you. Right? Because that's not smart. A real nigga would not say anything to you on the internet and then you just end up being shot, right? So, and that's a lot of times what I see. Real niggas don't threaten people on the internet, right? They might threaten you after they did whatever they did and go to the internet and say, hey nigga, you a bitch, look at this video of me doing XYZ to you, which is dumb. But definitely if you gonna shoot somebody, chances are you're not gonna say it before you actually do it to the public, right? So again, this whole thing kind of makes me think that this dude, SpaceGhostPurrp, is super clout chasing right now, right? Which is sad, but hey, that's what's going on right now. Also, Tory Lanez did kind of respond to him in a subliminal kind of way. One, by saying, yo, I'm in Miami, holla at me, right? On his Instagram story. And then two, he was just riding in his whip, listening to Pop Smoke on a song, or part of the song where Pop Smoke was like, watch your mouth when you talking to me, right? So of course, he's talking to this dude, SpaceGhostPurrp, because that was like 3 hours ago, right? Other than that, Tory Lanez hasn't responded, and I'm sure that he won't. He doesn't have to. And Tory Lanez is fully in his right to talk about any past relationship ever. And it's not like he was like, fuck that bitch, I'ma choke the shit out of her when I see her. He was just talking to the ladies about a relationship that he had, because the name of the damn album is called Chicks Tape 5, right? But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Hey, what's up everybody? I've been meaning to take a video like this for like quite some time now. And I really just want to say I'm sorry. I want to publicly apologize to everybody that I let down. All my fans, all my supporters, all the people on my team, the people who believed in me, who spent time and money on me, and everyone who ever loved me, I'm sorry. You know, I was going through a lot of problems off camera. I was young, dumb, had a lot of money, and I just wasn't thinking straight. I messed up a lot of my relationships, and those were never my intentions. I gave a lot of negative things, energy, people who didn't deserve my time and energy. I let them get the best of me, and it really affected me to act out some type of way on social media, which I never should have. I think I deserve a second chance. I've been working my ass off. I've been shooting lots of videos. I've been making lots of music, you know, and I'm only human. We all make mistakes, but I think we all should forgive, you know. Like I said, I'm sorry for everything I did, for all the dumb stuff I said, for all the clout chasing, all the dumb stuff I did, man. I should have never done it. It really affected me. I had everything going for me, and now I'm just working hard. So I hope everybody could just take the time out to listen to this and just give me a second chance and go check out my music. Alright, peace guys. I'm sorry.
So that's SkinnyFromThe9 apologizing to like his fans and his record label and pretty much everybody, right? And this is interesting, right? But it's cool. And I'm almost compelled to like kind of give SkinnyFromThe9 like a second chance, right? Because he's like, please, I'm sorry, like, please give me a second chance, right? So right now, nobody's really checking for SkinnyFromThe9's music, right? And he's stuck in that weird kind of limbo where it's like, this is either gonna make or break you, right? Like 2 or 3 years from now, everybody's either gonna be like, yo, you heard that new SkinnyFromThe9? Or they're gonna be like, whatever happened to SkinnyFromThe9, right? Like, what happened to that kid, right? He's from New Jersey, and he was actually doing his rap thing for a couple of years now, right? And his story is pretty dope, right? So his story, like when he was a kid, basically, I think he was born like in Florida or somewhere deep in the South, right? But his mom basically was married, so his mom and his stepdad, they were scammers, right? And so they used to like scam somebody or come up with this crazy scheme or scam or whatever like that, and then just move to a different state. So all SkinnyFromThe9's life was unstable. You know, they scamming somebody in Florida, they get the money, they move to North Carolina. They scam somebody in North Carolina, they get the money, they move to Vegas. They scam somebody in Vegas, they get the money, they move to Virginia, right? So that's what his life was until his father, his actual father, got out of prison. Once his father got out of prison, SkinnyFromThe9 actually lived in New Jersey in the custody of his father for the rest of like his teen years, his high school years and stuff like that. So he claims like New Jersey is where he's from, right? He came out with Love Blast, right? He came out with Back When I Was Broke, Nobody Gave a Fuck. You know, he came out with a couple good songs. He has songs with PNB Rock, right? And then that's kind of when Sh00t actually from Treyway picked up SkinnyFromThe9. So then SkinnyFromThe9 was under the same management as 6ix9ine. He was running around telling people suck my dick and all that stuff like that. When Soulja Boy resurfaced in the beginning of 2019, SkinnyFromThe9 was running around with Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was like, yo, this is the new Dr. Dre and Eminem. I'm Dr. Dre, and SkinnyFromThe9 is Eminem, you know? Even though SkinnyFromThe9 is not white, he's Spanish, but you know, he looks white, right? So with all that being said, during all that time, SkinnyFromThe9 also was beefing with NBA Youngboy, calling him a snitch, calling him this and that, right? Beefing with YBA and Almighty J, right? Zoe Dollars chased him out of the studio. You could see SkinnyFromThe9 on camera like running down the stairs, running down the block after a little scuffle with Zoe Dollars and his people, right? This dude, SkinnyFromThe9, got beat up in a restaurant where he was just sitting there and somebody just attacked him out of the blue. SkinnyFromThe9 people was fighting in the middle of the street while he was like inside of a Chinese restaurant, like hiding or something like that, right? And then footage of SkinnyFromThe9 came out where he was like being interrogated by, you know, there was two different clips, right? He was being interrogated by some detectives inside of a precinct or something. And one of the clips, the police asked him like, do you know who did XYZ? SkinnyFromThe9 was like, nah, I don't know who did it. In another clip, they said, do you know who did XYZ? And he was like, I think it was, and you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, right? But with all of that being said, right? SkinnyFromThe9 is like, listen, I am sorry, I want to apologize, because it kind of seems like hip-hop is not really checking for him, right? And if 6ix9ine wasn't locked up and if Sh00t wasn't locked up, then SkinnyFromThe9 would definitely have like a good fan base, but I don't think that he was able to get a lot of people on his side before they started getting locked up and indicted, and then he was trying to survive off of just like antics and that's it, right? And those antics really kind of messed him up a little bit and made him kind of look like a clown almost. But anyway, I like SkinnyFromThe9's music and also his story and personality, right? So I am compelled to give him a second chance if he really didn't tell on whoever, you know, they're saying that he, or whoever NBA Youngboy says that he told on. But if he told on somebody, then forget about it. But if not, then okay, cool. But I guess we'll have to see. But at this point, he's apologizing to everybody. Maybe his record label said, please apologize and just let them see you humble. And maybe from this point on, he could kind of like come from around the corner a little bit and really like show us that, you know, he still is here, because I've always liked SkinnyFromThe9's music, right? So I guess we'll have to see. But that's what's going on, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, Joe, so Kanye West announces that Dr. Dre is going to solely produce Jesus is King Part 2, right? And this is funny to me. Like, alright, first of all, alright, if Dr. Dre, who is a legend, right? If Dr. Dre produces this, then it's going to be fire, like I already know. And maybe Dr. Dre would be able to, like, Dr. Dre is a great producer. He's also still very current and innovative, but maybe Dr. Dre will be able to, I guess, kind of bring Kanye back from like, because the production on Jesus is King was good, but it could have been better. It could have been better, right? And so with a Dr. Dre's touch on it, I think it will be, because maybe he'll bring it back to more like a hip hop. Like, nobody's mad at the gospel thing, believe me, right? But if can it be something I could bob my head to, like, you know, some gospel hip hop kind of thing, and not just like literally like gospel music, because, you know, it's kind of hard to get your bop on. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, Kanye. It's just kind of hard to get your bop on. Talking about music, you know, specifically, right? So this would be cool. The funny thing about it though is, like, come on, man, Dr. Dre been talking about he gonna drop an album for like the last 20 years and still ain't dropped no album, right? So you got one dude that's been promising us since we were babies that he was gonna drop a new album and hasn't, right? And then you got another dude who constantly always pushes the album dates back. He'll say, yeah, man, November 15th, an album is coming out, and November 15th will come and go. He'll be like, yo, I'm still trying to fix the mixes. I'm sorry, December 15th gonna come, January gonna come, yo, I just gotta do this one more thing on it, because Kanye is very analytical and he's just like, no, I gotta make sure that it's right, I gotta make sure it's super right, you know what I mean? So between Kanye, his psychopath, you know, mentality, trying to make sure every little thing is right to his liking, and Dr. Dre, who is a super perfectionist and just doesn't want to put any music out because he's also like, nah, it's not good enough. I don't think Jesus is King is ever gonna come out, right? Part 2. I don't think it's ever coming out, right? So Kanye West picked the best producer to say, hey, yeah, man, he's gonna produce the whole album Jesus is King Part 2, because we don't expect it no time soon, you know? Kanye said it's coming soon. Soon when, right? I mean, like, it is November 19th, 2019, right? 11/19/19, and probably I think that when Kanye and Dr. Dre both are done with Jesus is King 2 and think that it's good enough to come out to the public, it's probably going to be like 2024, right around the time that he's going to be running for election, right? Like 5 years, I think we should, you know, give him enough time to drop Jesus is King Part 2, man, because both these dudes is crazy, right? And I just thought it was funny as hell. Like, come on, Kanye is bad, Dr. Dre is bad. Both of them together, oh hell nah, this shit ain't coming out ever, right? But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.